Yeah. Let me ask you this. What do you guys have? Like 20, what's your 2021 looking like right now?
Man, I don't fucking know, Kev. I mean, I thought 2020 was going to be the year, so.
Of course, we all did.
You plan.
Remember how we thought 2019 was such a shitty year and everybody was posting the memes about, man, 2019, get it the fuck up out of here.
Man, 2019 was fantastic. Dude. I was like, yo, it's going to get great. It's going to be better for 2020. And then March, the world went to shit. So, like I said, you plan and God laughs, but hopefully, 2021, we get the Rap Radar podcast out of our hiatus stage and we will be back with some new interviews and new conversations and just new opportunities, talking to artists and, traveling across the country and getting these interviews popping. So
when you guys, because I do think the Rap Radar podcast, as far as just raw interviews, right? I feel like you guys do the best interviews.
Thank you, Kev. I appreciate that.
I really mean that.
Thank you, man.
And that's with me having to get through Elliot's laugh whenever it happens, Shout out to Elliot, the GOAT. But I do think like you guys, like legit, if we're like just pound for pound, who's doing like the best interviews, I feel like it's you guys, especially for like a fan. Like I feel like you guys will ask questions because you're fans and you'll ask those like kind of little like super niche off the road questions that only like maybe like the core hardcore guys will like tap. That's what I appreciated about that Drake interview is you guys kind of touched on a lot of shit that like nobody else would have talked about in a Drake interview.
Yeah, man. Like I think that's the thing too. Like you can attest to this. At the end of the day, you got to be a fan of the music. And I think that enthusiasm comes across, in our conversation. So, I love it, man, and I appreciate the kind words because we dedicate a lot of man hours into preparing for these interviews and things like that. So.
Right, yeah, and like you said, I mean, there's always the people you interview that you're not fans of, which they're always they're just gonna be different conversations.
Absolutely, and sometimes you become a fan of the person that you weren't a fan of prior to. So, it's just humanizing an artist and getting to know them a little bit better. So.
That's fair, man. Anything, obviously Rap Radar is still ticking. The blog era is, let me ask you this, because you guys have one of the biggest blogs ever. By the way, shout out to you and Amaya and everybody at Rap Radar who always would support anything I was doing. But you guys were one of the gatekeepers, right?
Yep, I guess I say that.
For like 8 or 9 years.
Yeah.
You guys could change someone's career.
We had a hand in a few.
Hey, by the way, it's crazy because I just tapped in with 360 again recently. So I know you were involved. I remember finding him on a Rap Radar. Yeah. But where is it, like we always hear that the blog era is dead, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree, but like obviously Rap Radar is still a website. You guys still post shit like.
Yeah, it's still around. Shout out to Paul, aka the big homie. He kind of keeps us afloat, and as far as that goes, it's still. I think that's the beauty of what the website still provides. Is like a lot of these domains have expired or they no longer exist, and the archives are gone. But our website's still up. The archives are still there, so you could kind of go back and check a post from 2009 or 2006. Mm-hmm. It's still there, and I feel like that's good. It's not what it once was, but we still have a presence, and I think that's important.
And you guys pivoted, unlike a lot of other people in that space.
Yeah, I realized where the game was kind of going, more towards conversations and things. And shout out to Combat Jack, rest in peace, Combat Jack.
R.I.P.
Juan Epstein, they were doing it. And I said, "Tell us, I think we could do this too."
Mm-hmm.
So we just wanted to keep the brand. We could have named it anything. I was like, let's just keep it for brand recognition, the Rap Radar podcast. And then 5 years later, here we are.